All right, welcome to the show. What's happening, guys? Classic Chris here with another episode of Wrestling Talk. And today we got in infamous Jay Moore. And Jay, how's it going, man?
Everything is good. I'm glad to be back, and a lot of things coming up, man.
Yeah, speaking of that, Crossfire Wrestling, big show coming up in Welland.
Yeah, Welland.
Redemption.
We are returning to Welland with Redemption.
Yes.
We were there last year. And that's got to be talked about because, quite frankly, Crossfire is not doing that great of a job promoting it. So I figured I'd had to come back into studio with you and put it out there that we have a show.
What do you mean
going.
not doing a good job promoting it?
Well, they got these little clips up there. But I don't think anybody really understands, like, number one, the main event is Cody Deaner versus Phil Atlas. For some reason, it's a number one contender spot for the heavyweight championship.
Yeah, for your guy Congo Kong. That's going to be one hell of a match.
Yeah, which Congo Kong, they posted that he won't be at the show because he's in India. I don't think that they realize that that's over now, and I don't know. He's not going to be there. No, India? He's not going to be there, but the information is wrong. They're posting that he's not in India anymore. That was like a 4-day run with TNA, with Impact. But he is booked, so, I mean, he gets booked a lot.
Yes,
and,
so
and
he's the
champion
neo-champion.
is in demand.
Yes. He's when you got all the gold, you're in high demand, and you're the manager of champions.
Yes.
And speaking of that, you have a shot of getting back the tag team championship.
Yeah,
like your former tag team, the Piss Beaters, lost the championship, and now you get your shot of getting it back with your boy Tyson Dukes and Tiberius King. That's one hell of a tag team.
I have had the tag team champions before that, even with the Hollywood Hunks, if that counts.
You're right; it does count. You managed to.
I would be like the three-time manager of the three-time. Well, I don't know what it's called, but you know what I mean. Anyways,
three-peat as tag team champion. Yeah. Yes, that's awesome.
Tyson Dukes, the wrestling machine, the cyborg.
That's
the
history
textbook,
right there.
You know, the man that's huge over at Smash Wrestling right now with that heavyweight championship. A man that's been to the WWE. The man that's been the king of Border City Wrestling. Is teaming up with the godfather of the Neo Wrestling Federation. We're talking, of course, about Tiberius King.
Lord of the Bling.
You pointed it out at one time before that both men combined have had the Neo Wrestling heavyweight title.
Yes.
The longest.
That was actually a lot of fact-checking. I went in, did my research, and it is uncanny that both men, when you combine all their title runs, have held the championship the exact same amount of days. I have never seen that before,
That's
ever.
Good booking, or maybe a coincidence, or it sounds awesome, though.
It's one hell of a rivalry, and now these guys are a tag team.
Anyways, The Office, and I guess I got to put over Frank Newman, because he's the one that makes these decisions that just a tag team that's never tagged before gets a tag team championship match against the Dirty Vets, which, I got to appreciate that. He's the one that makes these decisions that even though we beat Cody Deaner for the heavyweight championship last year, that he gets the number one contenders match against Phil Atlas, who was defeated in a three-way ladder match against Kong and Deaner. So how he, you know what I mean? It just seems like, but whatever, I got to accept that. So,
For once, they finally give you something after screwing you all the time. You finally see some light at the end of the tunnel.
I guess
Neo gets a shot at the tag team championship.
Yeah.
Against your former boy Custom, and you know Tid very well as well.
Yeah, I've known Tid I was a fan of Tid's when I was just a fan of indie wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I seen him back at the old FSPW, the old Neo Spirit Pro down at the Polish Hall. I've seen him work for Chuck Sims. I've seen him work for, oh my God, I can't remember the name of that one promoter that used to run out of Brock University. But yeah, I've known Tid for years, and I like Tid, but I like the fact that I can manage the tag team champions a whole lot more.
It's going to be one hell of a fight. That's what it's going to be like. You got Textbook, or the Wrestling Machine, and the Lord of the Bling together.
It's a great tag team.
These guys have fought each other so much that they've already been inside each other's heads just in battle. Now they're going to be together as a unit. It's just, I'm impressed that you got these guys together, and I'm impressed with what I'm excited to see what these guys are going to do. That's what I'm trying to say.
The landscape has changed in the tag team division at Crossfire. For some reason, Crossfire has always had a heavy tag team division. There's not a lot of companies out there across Ontario that showcase tag teams as much as Crossfire does, but the landscape has changed. I mean, we don't really see the Beaters anymore. You don't see Tornado and Jake O'Reilly anymore. Fraternity has come in as of late, with a tables match. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It just seems like for some odd reason, a lot of the tag teams that cycle through, that's exactly what they do, is cycle through, the Italianos. So now you're getting a fresh tag team with Dukes and Tiberius, which I think is, I would put that tag team up against any of those tag teams that have come through Crossfire before.
Oh, I agree.
The fact that it's being dropped here in Welland is great. You know, and that's the thing that I'm trying to get over on the show.
And tickets are still available.
Yeah, in Welland. We sold some VIP tickets. Tickets are, but this is a big venue, this Bullet venue. I don't know if you remember from last year. I don't know how many fans were there from last year. We
needed a venue that big
Yeah.
to host the star power of Shane Douglas.
Yeah.
That's how big the venue is. That's why we're back there with Tiberius King and Tyson Dukes teaming up for the first time. Cody Deaner versus Phil Atlas, #1 contenders match. Tickets still available. You can get them at crossfirewrestling.com. It's going to be one hell of a night of wrestling, and I know that you like wrestling in Welland because I know you're a fan of the rowdy crowd.
Yeah, it's where I started. It was a hotbed back in the day, and I think it's something that, you know, Chris LaPlante, being a wrestling traditionalist, is trying to bring back wrestling into Welland. It's been a hard time to get a venue in that area, and somehow we've ended up with this Bullet Club or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Bullet Park, I think.
Bullet Park,
yeah.
once a year, you know, owned by the great Bullet guy from the Blue Jays or something. But it doesn't matter. It was a great venue. It was a great time, and I don't even know the rest of the lineup. You know, there's
hold on, let me check.
So many other things going on.
Where's the intern?
God, these interns don't know anything anymore.
I told him, get me the match card, and stupid idiot. Okay, good thing I don't pay them. That's why they're interns, right?
Yes, of course.
College credits, right?
Reason should be an intern.
All right, so I guess let's run down the card. Alexia Nicole is taking on the beautiful Bia. Alexia Nicole, she's been at Crossfire a couple times, former #1 contender. Bia making her debut. That's going to be an interesting match.
Yeah.
But here's a match that I know you're going to have an eye on. Your firm bodyguard and current #1 contender, Rob Rage, taking on Channing Decker. Remember the fraternity, because Rage, #1 contender, gunning after your guy and his championship, which I have to say, like that's got to be some treachery there. You're the guy that brought him into Crossfire.
Yeah, that's interesting that you do bring that up. But let's go back to Bia for just 2 seconds, because Bia was a fan of mine when I had broken into the business, and now we're working on the same shows. You know, and Bia is like a hometown hero.
Oh, I was not aware she was from Welland.
Yeah, well, she's from the Port Colborne area.
Okay, yeah, she's hometown girl.
She's worked for the competition and the CWF, you know, and now she's making her debut for Crossfire. Obviously, something's going on in that office in Welland, and I guess it's just because she's from the Welland area and is looking for many fans. But, man, I know that you are a big fan of Alexia Nicole, so I know who you'll be going through. You know, you'll be going for Alexia Nicole, I'm sure.
Of course, I've been saying she should be on a lot more, but here we go. She gets another crack at Crossfire.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe she wins, becomes #1 contender again.
Yeah, that's actually going to be a big match at Crossfire. But let's getting back to Rob Rage.
Yes, back to Rage, your former bodyguard. It's basically a turncoat, in my opinion.
You know, there's been a couple times in my career as a manager where guys have turned on me, and one of them was Diener.
Oh,
back at Neo, we kind of
that.
Did business again over at Crossfire, and again he turns on me again. And another one is Rob Rage, which is just something I had never expected ever in my career. That Rob Rage, for the friendship that we've had over the past 5 years, the things that we've done over the pro show, the things that we've done in the United States. And the things that we've even done here at Crossfire. I mean, this man was blackballed from the business at one point, and I was the only one able to give him a shot. I got him into Crossfire. He came in as my bodyguard. I gave him every opportunity, and just like Diener, he smells the gold. He smells championship opportunities and doesn't give a shit about anything I've done for him now.
He got that lust for the gold in his eyes, and that's what happened.
And the fact that I don't think Rage, maybe, you know, the fans are going to find this insulting. I don't even care what they think. I just don't think that I'm not going to say he's not ready for a main event picture because he's been there, but I don't think he's ready for Congo Kong. This man's from Impact Wrestling. He not only holds the Crossfire Wrestling Championship, he holds the Neo Wrestling Championship. Maybe the longest reign ever for the Neo Championship.
Yeah, so because his reign's not over yet, so currently he's the longest single run.
And Rage is, of course, he's got the power and everything else, but like Kong, he hits you with the Rolling Thunder or any of those.
Kong, like, people look at him, they see a big guy, and they forget about his speed and agility.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen a guy his size move as quick as him. Like, he puts people to shame with just his in-ring abilities and even his technical skills as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the match.
It's going to be one hell of a fight,
but I'm not looking forward to it as if I'm a fan. I'm
Yes.
sitting there, a guy out of business. Of
course,
I'm doing
like
business with Congo Kong.
Like heck, you want your guy to win. You don't want the losers check.
No,
like you want the champions check. That's why you're the manager of champions.
Yes, absolutely. And it's just rather unfortunate that it has to be against people that used to be my friends, people like Rage, people like Cody Deaner, and I kind of didn't want Rage to walk down the same road as Deaner because looking at Deaner really makes me sick. It's just something that I can't stand, that we were at one time best friends, everything that we did at Neo, everything he did for me, bringing me up in the business, and just another guy that, turned on me after seriously, man, this guy's been to Global Force, he's been to TNA, he's even done stunts with the, runs with the WWE. He's been everywhere, and everybody respects Cody Deaner. But I gave him opportunity. I gave him bookings at New Vision Pro Wrestling. Tiberius King, when he was running Neo, gave this guy every opportunity, and he's used those opportunities to elevate himself in his career, but never gave back to us who helped him, and that's kind of what makes me sick. Very ungrateful. And the fact that the fans love him so much, that makes me sick too, because I remember a time when, Cody's so over with the kids. The kids love him, the families love him, and he loves that attention. And in fact, I think Cody's grown into loving that kind of work now. But at one time, Cody used to do contests in Welland where he'd bring a kid up from the ring, from the crowd into the ring. And if the kid could throw this tennis ball in the bucket 3 times, he would win a prize, like a Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestling action figure or something.
Okay,
He'd have these prizes. The kid would usually get one in, get the second one in, and by the third one, Deaner would kick the bucket out of the way so the kid missed, and he would get the prize, and he would send them back to their seats. You would never see Cody do those things anymore because Cody's on CBC, Cody's doing business everywhere, Cody's putting pictures of himself with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Cody, Jeff Jarrett, Scott D'Amore, and you've forgotten about Jay Moore. And, as soon as
you brought him to the dance.
As soon as you've seen the shot to get that Crossfire title back in the day against Jeremy Elliott or whatever the hell was happening.
Well, this is what happened. Remember, Elliott was originally scheduled to face Kong after you defeated him in that cage match.
Yes.
Some reason, Elliott, according to Eric Young, he even said it, was unable to fulfill his obligations and could not wrestle. So all of a sudden, Cody Deaner comes out. He wants a match for the championship.
When I'm doing business with Kong.
Meanwhile, it was Kong's championship match to begin with in the first place. Deaner comes out, somehow muscles his way, and makes a 3-way match. I don't know how he became the booker and became Eric Young, Cody Deaner, Kong for the championship.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, the title should have just gone to Kong because Jeremy Elliott could not fight, and he would not have been able to go through the 30 days without defending the championship because he would not have been able to defend it.
Absolutely, and I'm here. I'm so happy that you're here to educate the fans because that's exactly what happened, and I'm hoping the audience is listening to this. Like, you should not be cheering Cody Deaner. You should not be buying his merchandise.
Like, who does that to their best friend? Like, he called his best friend.
Exactly. And even with Rob Rage, like, even if you're going to turn on me, why isn't the Office stepping in and saying, hey, bud, like, where does he ever been a number 1 contender for everything? He's been a tag team for the past year or so with Jackson Jarvis.
That is a very good point.
Like, what is this about that Rob Rage, or Rage? He doesn't like to be called Rob Rage anymore. He likes to just be Rage. I don't know. He's never actually told me that, but I think Prieston or somebody in that office told me that.
Oh, I still call him Rob Rage on the contract, so I like it more.
I'm stuck in a company being Crossfire Wrestling where I'm promoting these shows for Welland, and I'm promoting these shows for the simple fact that they're not promoting these shows. And I've never worked in an organization like this where I've had to do all this work just to compete and showcase and perform for an audience. That's what I liked about the Neo Wrestling Federation. This stuff was taken care of. Neo was a tight unit. Neo had their shit together. We didn't sit around, putting little video clips up that 30 people are watching and hoping that people come to your Welland show. And when you find out that they don't, because I told you not to run in the middle of summer, and you decide to do that, and when you only draw, 150, 200 people or something, blame yourselves.
Like, college is out right now, and that's a college town, city. Like, you want those college kids at your show.
Well, listen, they're going to fill it up because last year we've had 300, and they're going to fill it up.
I'm not worried about the draw. Like, I'm not worried.
They're going to draw because we're broadcasting.
Exactly. Fight TV taping.
Yes, and, of course, the wrestling talk here, Wrestle Talk, I don't know. It just seems like, I I don't know if I got to compete with Priest and Antridius. We're supposed to be all on the same team, obviously. But I just want to promote out there that we're coming to Welland.
It's going to be one hell of a night of wrestling.
June 24th, which is next Saturday.
Yes, it's coming up fast. Tickets still available. And another match that's going to be on the card that I completely forgot about, and I can't believe I forgot about it. It's going to be in one awesome match, Tarek versus Justin Sane.
Yeah, Tarek's one of the best wrestlers
Tarek's a beast
in the world, and Justin Sane is just as good, and that's going to be one fucking great match.
There, you heard it right there. Jay Moore dropping an F-bomb. That's how good it's going to be. And that's how the Welland crowd's going to be. They're going to be rowdy. They're going to have fun because Welland loves wrestling, and that's what they're going to get. It's a Fight TV taping.
Think about it, man. You got a women's match. You got Bia, the hometown girl, against Alexia Nicole. You got Tarek versus Justin Sane, which is going to tear the roof down at that Bullet Club.
The tag team championship match.
Yeah, you got the Dirty Vets, which everybody loves, against, for the first time ever, teaming up Tyson Dukes, the Cyborg, and Tiberius King
representing Neo
for the tag team championships, and Rage Channing Decker.
Yes, and then the big main event, the number one contender,
Cody Deaner. And that match, if I had booked this 10 years ago for New Vision Pro Wrestling in Welland at the old social club, the place would have come unglued. This is the type of wrestling that Welland likes. This is the type of wrestling that Welland's going to come out and see. They love Deaner. They love Phil Atlas. They love Rage. They love the Dirty Vets. Tyson Tiberius, the women's match. They're gonna Tarek. This may be the first time he's ever wrestled in Welland.
It could be. That's a landmark for it's the first time for Tarek, because Tarek is something. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He's awesome.
Yeah, Crossfire Wrestling, CrossfireWrestling.com,
yes.
And the Neo Wrestling Federation are gonna tear the fucking roof off of the Bullet Club.
And there you have it. Infamous Jay Moore for Crossfire Wrestling. Representing Neo Wrestling Federation, yes. Telling you about Crossfire Wrestling, because the invasion is on. Neo is here. Neo is here to stay. Neo is here to dominate.
Absolutely.
And you can catch it. Redemption. Welland at the Bullet Club Park, Bullet Park. Go to CrossfireWrestling.com for all your ticket information. And Jay, thank you for coming on the show.
Beautiful. I'll see you June 24th at the Bullet Club Park in Welland.